Hi, we're Falls.
And you're watching the AU Review.
Well, welcome back to the Hollywood Hotel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're going back to your origins, as they say.
Yeah, we're back.
What have the last 2 nights been like playing back in this old hall?
It's been overwhelming. When we were actually driving up towards the Hollywood to set up the first night, it felt like the craziest deja vu I've ever had in my life. But then setting up and playing that first night, it just felt like we were home. And I don't ever want to play anywhere else ever again except the Hollywood. So from now on, if Mark would have us, I'd just play here.
No, it was pretty amazing. Just once it was all set up and ready to go, it was like we'd never left, So it was awesome.
It's kind of something weird in that too, because you guys have been through a lot, you've traveled a lot, you've had so many experiences, and then you kind of come back and it's all the same, which is nice as well.
Well, it was kind of exciting to come back to the Hollywood too, because this is where we really did get started. And when we did our first shows here, it was a free gig, and we were happy if 10 people turned up. And over the, as we played each week, it gradually grew. But it was so exciting to come back and charge a door fee and sell out 3 nights at the Hollywood was amazing. And it proved to be just a beautiful marker in time of where we started and how far we've come. So it's been amazing.
Well, let's talk about how far you've come. You've kept the tradition that you started with the Hollywood, whereby a place has been the inspiration for I guess the title of the record, but also some of the themes behind it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Omaha. The writing behind that record. Some of these songs we've heard for quite a while. Some of them are brand new. But when they sit on the record, it all feels very cohesive. It all feels like it all belongs in that one place.
Thank you.
How much of that is a concerted effort to say, when you went into the studio, you said, this is what Omaha is, this is how it's going to sound, this is what it's going to look like?
It's definitely something that is very thought out for us. But I guess we didn't really think about where the origin of the songs until we got into the studio and started putting the songs together for it. And that's when it became clear that we'd been so influenced by our time on the road in America. And the first song that we'd written that's on the record, we wrote after our first trip to the US. And so it all came together quite easily. And the name came last. So
Yeah, the name kind of came out of the fact that, we had been in Omaha and we'd been recording there. And I think in a similar way that the first EP was called Hollywood because it was born out of and created here in the Hollywood Hotel.
It represented a period of time in our lives.
Yeah.
And that's why we called the first EP Hollywood. And then when it came to this debut album, we'd been traveling around the US for 12 months at that point in time. And we'd been to so many cities. And Omaha was kind of like the last stop. And so it kind of represented America to us. So, yeah.
How long did you end up spending there in Omaha?
A couple of weeks all up.
Yeah.
It felt like longer because we were traveling in and out of town.
Festivals in between, so we'd record during the week, fly out to a festival on the weekend, and then kind of come back into the studio the following week. So
we did that quite a bit. It was pretty crazy, making a record and playing festivals, but it's kind of what we've always done. So it felt like the right thing to do for the record, because the record was written on the road and about our time doing that. It was kind of cool that we were still doing that when we were recording. Yeah,
and it was nice to the first session. First time we were in Omaha, it was kind of warm and spring-like, and then second time we were in Omaha, it was icy cold and snow. So it was nice to see both sides of that town as well.
It was the coldest I've ever been in my entire life. Was when the day we arrived in Omaha.
Yeah.
It was, I don't even know what the temperature was.
It was wind chill of something that did not compute in my brain. Minus something. And it's
In
like,
Fahrenheit, I
in
think.
Fahrenheit.
It was like minus something in Fahrenheit, which I have struggled with Fahrenheit anyway. And to be minus something in Fahrenheit, I have no idea how cold it was, but it hurt.
It was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold.